The Starfield Shipbuilding Guide. Building your own ship in Starfield is complicated and expensive. You really won't be able to dive in until a dozen or so hours into your adventure, but it's worth experimenting to upgrade the frontier and learn how the system works. To build a working ship, you need a few things: a reactor, a grav drive, a cockpit, a bay, a docker, enough engines to propel you, landing gear, and fuel tanks. While it's not required, you'll also want a shield generator in case you run into trouble. The reactor is the most important piece, as it will determine what kinds of parts you're allowed to use and how much power you can allocate. Reactors are divided into 3 classes, going in alphabetical order. A class is the worst, but available from the start. B class is in the middle and requires a piloting perk. And C class is the best, requiring the 4th rank of the perk. Some reactors will also require various ranks of starship design, but you can still make good ships without it. Once you've chosen a reactor, the rest of your ship can be designed around it. How you build a ship really depends on what you want out of it. You could build something massive with lots of crew and cargo space, but low maneuverability, or something small but with weapons that pack a punch. Unless you're fully stacked with cash and upgraded, you won't be able to build a single ship for everything, so go in with a use case in mind. Once you have an idea of what you want to make, it'll still need to land and hopefully be nice to look at as well. Your bay's ramp will need to stop at the same level as the landing gear, shown by green stripes in the ship builder. You can raise and lower individual parts using R and F or the D-pad, with level 0 being just on top of the direction grid showing aft, fore, port, and stern. The grid will automatically adjust to keep your ship above it and in the center. Make sure you don't build your ship backwards. When choosing parts like habs, some will have multiple variations that do different things. For example, the Demos all-in-one berth could instead become an armory, captain's quarters, workshop, and more. It's super handy to have somewhere you can sleep or store special weapons, so check out all the variations. Habs in particular come with the most attachable outer sections, so you can use them to connect gear and bridge parts of your ship. The structural hab may seem like dead weight at first, but actually contains some of the most useful attachments. You can add decorations like ports and wings, but more importantly pieces like the Hope Tech cap and riser that lets you give engines the space they need to fit properly on your vessel. One of the most important pieces you can attach is the Horizon Weapon Mount, which is an easy way to mount weapons just like it says on the tin. Structural parts will also make any ship look a bit nicer rather than the hodgepodge of parts it really is. Finally, you can have up to 3 weapons on a single ship. It doesn't really matter where you put them, but how the order you assign them will determine what buttons activate them. To assign weapons, go into the flight check menu. This is also where you can view any errors and rename your ship. And tab over to weapons. Weapon 0 is activated with left click or RT. Weapon 0 is activated with left click or right trigger. Weapon 1 is left click or left trigger. And weapon 2 is the G key or Y button. Personally, we like to assign lasers to 0, missiles to 1, and automatic turrets to 2, since they go off automatically. It all comes down to taste and functionality, however, so you could go with 3 missile launchers if you want. Shipbuilding in Starfield is complicated and a little clunky, but well worth diving into to make your adventures that much easier. For more guides on Starfield, check out our channel right here on YouTube. And for our full review of the game, head to gamingtrend.com or check the link in the description. Thanks for watching, enjoy your journey in the stars, and stay safe out there.